So some exciting news coming out of the Apple world. The MacBook Pro 16 that was announced and released last year now has a brand new GPU option. You can buy this thing with a more beefier GPU. Now nothing else is being changed. Same storage options, same CPU options, same display, same design, same everything, but the option to buy it with a more powerful GPU. The 5600M will now be the new high-end option for the MacBook Pro 16. And this is a big performance update in the MacBook world, because the 5600M is like going from a GTX 1060 to an RTX 2060 in the NVIDIA world, minus the ray tracing. Now this 5600M is using faster memory. Instead of GDR6, it's now using HBM2, which not only doubles the bandwidth, but also allows for efficiencies. HBM2 is just a lot more efficient than GDR6, and if you want to get that type of GPU performance in a MacBook Pro 16 and still be able to use it on battery, HBM2 has to be used. You do have more compute units, so it's gone up to 40, which is about 16 more compute units compared to the 5500M. And I'm expecting this to be anywhere from a 40 to 60% performance update. Apple's saying around 70 to 75, but of course, I'll have to do some testing myself to see exactly where it stands. Now, if you want to get an idea based on Apple's benchmarks that they ran themselves, you're looking at about a 2 to 2.5% performance increase compared to last year using certain applications. Applications like Cinema 4D, which will give you about 2.5. Final Cut Pro, 2.8 when you're rendering on the timeline. Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve, about a 90% performance improvement compared to the previous generation. These are all applications that can really utilize the GPU. Now I know some of you might be upset saying, why didn't they introduce this with last year's MacBook Pro? I just bought it. I'm sitting here in the dark. But you know what? I like this direction Apple's going. It's better to have small iterative updates throughout the entire year than wait years and years for Apple to release a new design or a new update, because it leaves a lot of users waiting. And they have these slower machines when they could use the faster processors right now. Now, of course, I'll be buying one myself to test it out against the previous 5500M that I have in this current MacBook Pro 16 to give you guys a better idea of how well it performs compared to the previous model. Now, if you are looking for a specific test that utilizes the GPU for your particular workload, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to fit it into my full review. I'm glad Apple's doing this. I know some people won't like it, but I think it's a better approach to consistently update things as time goes on. I kind of expected them not to include the 10th gen Intel processors because they run hotter and the performance difference from the previous year is not that significant. Now, wouldn't this be wishful thinking? But imagine an AMD 4000 series CPU paired with this GPU. Not only would that provide better cooling, but it would also provide better performance. And I'm hoping one day down the road, the MacBook Pro 16 specifically will start utilizing AMD CPUs. And I think that would be a big win for Apple users. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because if you did, feel free to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.